Time. Boop. That's today's topic for the day. Today's topic for the day. It's great. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Haven't been here since Friday. Glad to be back. This week will likely mark the last week that I do daily Facebook Live videos. I'm not sure what's going to come next. I will definitely be back doing Facebook Live. I just don't know the frequency, so I don't want to say it's going to be every day. I might start treating it kind of like my Instagram. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I'm there as Allegrator, and Instagram is the place where I tend to post most kind of organically. Like I have an idea and I just put it up. I don't think too much about it, which is usually when the best stuff comes out. And I might start treating Facebook Live like that, a little more spontaneous, a little more, hey, I have this idea that I want to share. And I get that by doing it that way, it might make it difficult to make it to the live videos, but they kind of live on forever. And I've shared before, if you following this week, you want to be notified when I'll be going live, because I'll keep doing that. I'll keep sending out notifications, even if it's just a few minutes before. You can go ahead and take a look there. That is, or you can click that link and I'll put it in the comments. I know a few of you clicked it and seem to have an issue, but it shouldn't be a problem. Melissa, if you're getting a chance to watch, I saw that you signed on for it. So you can click that link, and what it'll do is it'll just give me permission to send you a quick note on the days when I'm going to be live and what time I'll be there and an idea of what I might be talking about. And you can choose to join in or to get reminded about it. So yeah, if you're here watching, please feel free to say hello in the comments, just so I know that you are present. And I'll go ahead and get started on today's topic, which is all around time. How many times have I heard, oh, I can't do it because I don't have time. I just wish I had more time. Hi, Melissa. Yay, you made it. I wish I had more time. There's not enough hours in the day. I just don't have the time, right? So there are two things that I want to kind of bring to the table this morning, and feel free to share in the comments how you feel about time. Do you feel like you don't have enough of it? You wish you had more? I mean, who doesn't, I guess, but just how you feel about the passage of time and how many hours you've got in your day. So the first thing I want to read is from Steve Chandler. I actually found this morning. I had copied and saved it a long time ago. I love the work of Steve Chandler. He's written some amazing books, one called Time Warrior, actually. And this is from a piece that he wrote called 17 Lies That Are Holding You Back and the Truth That Can Set You Free. It looks like it was written by Steve Chandler, but summarized by someone else. So I just want to make sure the credit's out there. All right. So here's what he has to say about time. And please tell me what you're hearing as I'm reading it, because again, what matters is not what I'm about to say or anything that I say, but what you hear. It's a very important difference. All right. I'd love to do that, but I don't have the time. If you really wanted to do that, you would make the time. There is always enough time. It's never time that people lack. It's always commitment. Desires, when they are strong, can be converted into clear commitments, and then pure enthusiasm causes the creation of time. So there's lots of time. When the desire is strong, we have all the time in the world. Real strength in life comes from slowing down and slowly choosing what to focus on. One slow thing at a time, and being focused is a strong way to live. When I lie about time, I become an enemy of time. Time is against me. It's running out. There's never enough. However, when I forget time and focus on my commitments instead, time is all of a sudden on my side again. Time is my ally. It's the stuff of which life is made. I love that. Like, here's some of the things that I hear in it, but please share yours. One, it's never time that people lack. It's always commitment, right? And we talked about this last week, this idea of commitment and the airplane ticket, that it's not that the time's not there. It's just we just choose not to commit to the thing that we keep saying that we want to do. The second thing that I find that I love is desire when it's strong. Like when the desire is strong, we have all the time in the world. And that's the thing, is you're spending your whole day doing something. You're doing something, and you're doing it because you want to be doing it. Now, I know there can sometimes be some pushback. I don't want to be doing this. I wouldn't do this. But sometimes we want to do one thing to avoid another thing. So this is a lot of where ownership comes in too, like how we are choosing to spend our time in a day. And it's a very powerful shift. And when I hate going to work, I don't want to go to work. It's like, no, you do want to go to work because you don't want to get fired, or you don't want to deal with the edginess of not having a job or a reliable income. So owning the choices that we make and realizing that when we want something, we put time towards it, even if what we're wanting is the avoidance of something else. And I hope that makes sense. Real strength in life comes from slowing down and slowly choosing what to focus on. One slow thing at a time, and being focused is a strong way to live. Oh, that slowing down piece is huge, because I think, and it can be very difficult, especially if you're used to just filling your time with a lot of stuff and being chronically busy. I work with people whose slowing down is their edge. Like the idea of stopping and slowing down and looking at how they're choosing to live their lives is scary, and they'd rather avoid it. So we just go on, right? Status quo, doing what we normally do and complaining about it. Like, oh, I don't have the time. It's not that. We do. Sometimes we just don't want to look at how we're choosing to live it. And that can, again, be an incredibly empowering and challenging moment to slow down and to look at the choices that you're making on any given day. Really quick, I'm seeing some comments. Melissa saying, slowing down and choosing what to focus on. Most definitely. And realizing that we're choosing even when we think we're not. I think choice is such a powerful human condition, like especially I think for many of us, just really examining what it means to have choice and the power in that, and not avoiding it. And I'd rather have someone say, I'm choosing to do this thing today, rather than I have to, or doing it but saying I don't want to, because again, it's disempowering. Another thing Melissa said was ownership. Totally. Saying along the same lines. So that was kind of the first thing. When I forget time and focus on my commitments, instead time is all of a sudden on my side again. So this really ties into, again, what are you committed to and how focused are you on those things? Because I find that it's when we're thinking a lot that it feels like we're not like we're not taking advantage of the time that we have, or we don't have enough of it. But when we're doing, time kind of disappears. And in fact, when, again, I can kind of gauge when someone is telling me about their day, it's like, well, how much time was spent doing and how much time was spent thinking? And even like time in the car is thinking time that feels unproductive when we reflect on it. Like I was so busy, but I didn't get anything done. I don't have enough time. It's interesting to kind of, again, slow down and analyze what you did. Kind of look at your day. Well, what exactly happened? How much of that was thinking? How much of it was doing? And of the things you were doing, were they things that you really wanted to be doing? Or that you would choose again if you slowed down enough to really look at them? Another thing that I wanted to share today, and this is from an exercise that I did in an in-person workshop last year around time. And if you're feeling so inspired, I want to just share a bit of it with you. But I'm not going to run the whole thing, but I want to just give you the tools to use it. So what I'd love for you to do is you take a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, you can just write circles that kind of represent the main focus or the main areas of your life on any given day. So like mine might be my house, or I might have one around coaching. So this time I'm in right now is for coaching. My kids, right? Things we like to do. I like to cook. I like to put downtime on there, right? Or just like quiet time, QT. Okay, so you get the idea. So you likely have some other thing. Looks like horse. It's funny. You likely have your own circles. Just if you go outside of the house for your job, that would represent a circle. If there's time caring for someone in your family, that would represent a circle. So if you go to the gym or if you do activities, that would represent a circle. So you put these different categories of your life in a circle. And then you take a string. Now this string has very specific measurements. Can anyone guess? It's exactly 24 inches long. And what you do is you kind of say for each circle, for each section of your life, you ask yourself, well, how much time on any given day are you committing to that thing? Okay. Another circle that I forgot to put is sleep. How much time are you sleeping? That's an important one. Boop. So, for example, for sleep, I am pretty committed to getting 8 hours of sleep a night. So I would measure out, and I don't have my ruler with me, but I would measure out roughly 8 inches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 inches of string. And that 8 inches of string, if it was laying flat on my table, would connect to the sleep circle. So again, imagine this is my flat table, and I would connect the sleep line to, just so you can kind of see it. And what you do is you divide your string up. And you only got 24 inches. So what this does is it really, really shows you like, well, if you give an hour to, if you're giving 6 hours to work a day and you're trying to give 2 hours to your family and you want to spend an hour at the gym and you want to, and then you spend an hour on your computer and all these different things, you realize that this is all you've got. And another cool part of it too is to realize, well, if I want to add more time to sleeping, I'm going to have to take it away from something else. So you'll never have any more or less than the string in front of you, but it's kind of on you to manipulate it and say, well, no wonder, if I want to be spending 30 more minutes a day walking, then I'm going to have to take 30 minutes away from something else. And this ties into the conversation we had around yes and no, how you're always saying yes to something or no to something else, and they go hand in hand. So that's a really fun kind of time exercise, is to take a 24-inch string and to start cutting it up into pieces and assigning it to the different things you're doing in your life and realizing that that's all you're going to get. And you get to decide what cuts you're going to make. I'd be curious if you ran that experiment, just what might come up for you. So if there are any questions, I don't know how many of you are here live, but if there are any questions while I'm here, feel free to pop them in the comments. Any insights, any ideas coming your way, I would love to see them. And in the meantime, as I've said before, I do this work one-on-one with individuals in one-on-one coaching partnerships over a longer period of time. And I really love working with driven women who have big ideas and helping them slow down so they can do even greater work, So I'm inspired by big ideas. I'm inspired when someone says what I really want to do is. So if you're sitting on something like that and you want to connect, I invite you to reach out. You can find me at allegrastein.com/coaching. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I hope to see you guys then. Thanks so much for being here. If you have any theme suggestions or questions on your mind you want me to cover during this last week, feel free to send them my way, either through direct message or just commenting here on the video. And I will see you guys then. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.